If you ask me, I think those last two parts could have been one whole thing. But it did take me like 2 hours to finish that last one. I don't think the trial is going to take 2 hours, though. I don't think so. It could. I don't think it will, though. Here we go. Reset. Did I find it? The stream's right here. Let me make sure my audio's coming through. How do I sound? Make sure my audio's coming through. It's coming through. Nice, nice, nice. Go ahead and mute the whole laptop. Get my volume of my headset turned up too. There we go. Not that they're going to be saying anything, but you know. I feel a lot better than I did last week, so I think I'll probably get some voices going for this one. We'll see though how things pan out. How did I get into this mess? It's enough. It's far enough. You can't run forever. Phoenix Wright. What? What have I done wrong? I cannot allow you to go on like this. I'm just a simple defense attorney. Silence! You are no longer worthy of your title. Die! Well, I timed that perfectly. And that's the end of this episode. I'll see y'all for the next stream. Oh, I've had this stream before, some time ago. Same place some time ago. As if this day has written to my destiny. Today, I'll stand in court as a lawyer to prove a killer innocent. I mean, you don't have to. You can always lose. I mean, like, Maya doesn't want you to prove him innocent anyway. That's what she said. March 23rd, 9:43 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. We gotta talk to people before we go into the courtroom. We got a phone call. Now that is interesting. Who could possibly be calling us right now? I'm gonna guess Gumshoe. Hello, this is Phoenix, right? Oh, it's on guard. You don't look so well, dude. Calling my phone right next to me is crazy. You gotta prove you're not guilty today, right? Bro. Bro, bailiffs, whatever y'all are over there, y'all don't see this dude? He looks like a fucking psycho. He looks like he got attacked by a Wolverine. I don't know. Dude, no, not all Wolverines have 3 claws. No? Yes? I don't know. I know the character, but like the actual Wolverines. If you please, Mr. Lawyer, remember it's not just me. Your precious friend's life is riding on today's verdict too. Now listen up. You better get on guard a guilty sentence, okay? If you get that creepy slime bag and not guilty, I'll never forgive you, ever. Maya. Phoenix. Mia. Maya. How's Maya? I don't know. You don't know. She hasn't tried to channel me since yesterday. Mia. What? What am I supposed to do? Like I said, for a lawyer, the worst of times are when you have to force your biggest smiles. But you can't give up. There's still some hope left. Stop it, please. There's nothing left. Not here. No, not anywhere. So the cursed and guard again. Will you leave me alone? Look, don't call me anymore. I mean it. You're really mean, pal. Ah, Gumshoe. I'm really, really sorry. I knew it was Gumshoe. Where are you? Let me join the investigation team and we're chasing after the killer, pal. Then you have some sort of lead. Sorry, but Right now, we've got 0 leads on the guy. But we're not going to give up. Gumshoe. Until the trial is over, until the verdict is handed down, we're going to do everything we can to find the killer. I feel like that's the game saying that they're not going to find the killer until the end of the trial. I mean, hey, for all we know, they don't find him at all. Maybe Gumshoe dies, which would really suck. And then it just goes to the next game, which would be crazy. If we can get Maya out, then you can get on guard the guilty verdict. He deserves, pal. That's true. I could do that if they found Maya first. You got that? So you have to do whatever you can to make the trial last longer. I have to make the trial last longer. If you go at Edgeworth with everything you've got, then you two can draw it out. Oh, now I get it. I believe in you. Oh, I believe in you, pal. You and Mr. Edgeworth can do it. So, believe in us. We're going to give it all we've got. Well, we're going to give it all we got, just like you. Got it. Thanks, Gumshoe. Hey, Phoenix. You understand now, don't you? You have something money will never be able to buy. Friendship. It's the strongest weapon in the world, and you have it in abundance. Yeah. Looks like we're coming to the end. I have to make the trial last as long as I can. Gumshoe will come through. I know it. Alright, now we're actually in the district courtroom. And I think it's Will Powers who's going to go to the stand, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know what the hell he knows. Court is now in session for the trial of Matt Ungard. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Now, as I recall, we concluded yesterday's session with a big mystery on our hands. The mystery being, what exactly was Miss Adrian Andrews' role in this murder? That is to say, is she really connected to the crime itself? Mr. Edgeworth, if you would please inform the court of today's proceedings. Adrian Andrews. She forged evidence that threw suspicion onto Mr. Ungard, and then proceeded to escape the crime scene by wearing a nickel samurai costume. The guilt of these actions are those from which she cannot escape. Then you're saying that she is guilty after all. I'm not finished, Your Honor. Ms. Andrews has nothing to do with committing the actual murder. I would like to direct the court's attention to this card. What's that? It looks like a shell. This is a calling card of a certain assassin. Assassin, you say? Yes, Juan Cordo was killed by a professional assassin, and the person who hired the assassin, his client so to speak, is Matt Ungard. What a surprising turn of events. I would think it's become commonplace by now, Your Honor. I know what's going on this time. So I know that everything Edward has said is true. But we still have to hold out as long as we can. At least until Maya is safe and sound. I wonder how the trial will turn out today. Now then, please call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. Prosecution calls the defendant's mentor, Mr. Will Powers, to the stand. Okay, it is Will. I had a new voice I want to try out for Will Powers. Now then, witness, your name and occupation, please. Okay. I'm, Will Powers. I'm a poor, underpaid action star. And what is your relation to the defendant? Well, I guess I'm sort of a lousy mentor to him in a way. Yeah. Mr. Powers, please, you don't need to put yourself down so much. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I'm kind of just another sort of guy. On the night of the murder, you witnessed the defendant's room. Is this correct? Yes. I didn't know that. But you know, I didn't exactly get to see Matt when I went. All you need to do is answer what you're asked. Now then, I would like you to please testify about when you went to Mr. Ungard's room. Okay, sure. I wonder if Von Karma will be brought in to testify against the killer should we bring him back to be tried. It's the interesting question. After the award ceremony, I went by myself to Matt's room. Matt was standing there in front of his room, still in his nickel samurai costume. He was talking to someone. At first, I thought it was the bellboy. I watched the two of them for a while, but then I gave up and went back. I had guests with me that night, and I couldn't make them wait for me. Okay, so he has an eyewitness account of an interaction between Matt Ungard and the killer. Okay. Nothing sounds out of place in Mr. Power's testimony. And I'm talking about the bellboy, or I'm talking with the bellboy is no big deal. If one assumes that the person Mr. Ungard was speaking with was an ordinary bellboy, what are you implying? Well, Mr. Wright, let's have your cross-examination, shall we? Looks like we're in another sticky situation. But Edgeworth is drawing it out by not making his claim just yet. Kind of letting Phoenix get there on his own instead of just outright telling so that we have more time to find Maya. Okay, I see you, Edgeworth. Huh? A trap. You can't smell it, Phoenix? But for us to find out more, we're just going to have to charge in head first, right? I don't know if he's trying to trap us. I mean, we all but know that Ungard hired the killer. He's the one who did it. And it's not really a trap, per se. I mean, why would Edgeworth want us to have Ungard found guilty, thus killing Maya? I don't think he wants that to happen. He just wants to find the right guy guilty. But then, it would be kind of crazy if Edgeworth actually already has Maya, and he's just testing Phoenix. And he's had her this whole time. Which would be pretty crazy. Visit to Matt's room. After the awards ceremony, I went by myself to Matt's room. We're going to press him on everything. I don't know if we have anything in our arsenal that's going to contradict anything he's saying. But, so I think it's just going to come down to contradictions and pressing. And then when he says something that's contradictory, we can present something. But I don't think we're going to get any of that. A picture would be nice, but I don't think we have any of that either. The defendant's room. Why did you go there? Well, I'm his mentor. Like a big brother, sort of. And I wanted to say, congrats. What's wrong? Why did you stop? Mr. Wright? What is it? You're going to try to trick me into a corner, aren't you? Huh? I don't know. Oh, I know I'm just a poor, underpaid action star, but I'm not the killer. No one said you were, Mr. Powers. No, please, don't trick me. Every time you do your lawyer thing, the witness suddenly turns into the bad guy. Every time, witness. I will personally talk to the defense at a later time. For now, please kindly cooperate and continue with your testimony. Sorry. So you went back to the defendant's room and then... Hey, wait a minute. When and how did I suddenly turn into the bad guy here? Matt was standing there in front of his room, still in his nickel samurai costume. Okay. Are you sure that was Matt Ungard? Okay, he said he was still in costume, so was he, or was he not wearing the mask? Now, when they showed a picture, Not an actual picture, but like a visualization of what was going on. He wasn't wearing his mask, so I'm gonna guess that's what Powers is about to tell us. Yeah, I'm sure. He wasn't wearing the Nickel Samurai mask then. Okay. If that's the case, then he really can't be mistaken. And what was the defendant doing standing in front of his own room? He was talking to someone. At first, I thought it was the bellboy. Okay. At first? What do you mean by that? Well, he was in a bellboyish uniform, and he had a bottle of juice on a tray. Sounds like an ordinary bellboy to me. Yeah, but I didn't think he was a normal bellboy. And why was that? Why do I think that, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Sorry, but I can't remember right now. Sorry. I guess I'm going to have to wait patiently for this one. Or on this one. I watched the two of them for a while, but then I gave up and went back. What'd you see? You saw the two of them, the bellboy and the defendant, together, correct? Yeah. The bellboy just wanted to say congrats. Now, while you were watching the two of them, did you notice anything strange? You know, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip. A tip? That's a perfectly normal thing to do. So how long did you watch the two of them? Oh, not more than a minute or two, I think. A lot can happen in a minute conversation. Like, we talk faster than we think we do. I had guests with me that night, and I couldn't make them wait for me. Now, who were the guests? I think it was me and Maya and Pearl, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not sure. Phoenix wasn't there, it was just me. So are these guests you're talking about? You guys, of course. You and Maya and Little Pearl. I thought it would be really rude, since I invited you guys, if I disappeared on you. So I went back to my seat pretty soon after seeing Matt in the hallway. This is like squeezing water from a stone. It's probably pointless to press further. Do you remember this incident? Did Mr. Powers leave his seat that night? I don't remember that happening at all. Maya was making such a racket in her hyper state. I ended up focusing on her. I see. In any case, from his story, he probably wasn't gone for very long. Okay, so that was his whole testimony. So we have to prove that he didn't leave for very long. We need to present something. Matt was standing there in front of his room, still in the Nickel Samurai costume. He was talking to someone. At first, it was a bellboy. I watched the two for a while, but I gave up and went back. I had guests with him, and then I couldn't make them wait for me. He definitely had guests. Is there anything I can present that disproves that? Do I have anything that would disprove that? I mean, far as I know, Angard was in his room asleep. I mean, that's what he says, right? We don't have anything other than his word for that. These three things we can't present, or that, or that, or that, or this. Since he gave him a tip. Picture taken in the hallway right after the murder. Okay? Now, he doesn't know that the bellboy is the killer. And I'm guessing he couldn't have gone anywhere because when we were all together, we heard the announcement that there was going to be this. So I think I got to present the press conference. After the awards ceremony, I went myself to Matt's room. I don't think he could have left because of this, right? Because we heard the announcement. Alright. Let's go ahead and save. We definitely have to present something. And I pressed on everything. Isn't this first statement? Okay. That's not right. Alright. After the award ceremony, I went by myself to Matt's room. Matt was standing there in the front of his room, still in his Nickel Samurai costume. The murder happened after the award ceremony because the Jammin' Ninja was on stage when we watched the award ceremony. So afterwards, he could have gone to Matt's room, but if he went to Matt's room, he would have saw Lotta, or this photo that Lotta took. He would have saw what you call him. Like he couldn't have saw Matt. So is it this? Because this was Adrian in the costume. That's also wrong. How do we prove that he didn't go anywhere? Because I don't remember him leaving. And it wasn't the ticket, which would have made sense. We actually have to present something. It's pretty airtight, but we didn't move on after he finished talking, and we can't move on because I think that just kind of proves what Edgeworth is saying. Is it going to be a profile then? Bro. I mean, we know after the award, or allegedly after the award ceremony, he went to sleep. But I don't have anything that proves that he was asleep during this. Do I present Matt? No. Okay. I guess we just gotta repress everything to see if they give us a hint, because I don't know what they're talking about. If I'm being honest. Just reread everything. Okay. This is nothing. There was no lead on this. There's only one where he actually really started talking. And he said he didn't have his mask on. At first, what do you mean? I didn't think he was a normal bellboy. Okay. And he says he doesn't remember why he doesn't think he was a normal bellboy. Actually, Mr. Powers, a few minutes ago, you stated, you know, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip. Could it be that you felt something strange about the tip giving incident itself? Oh shit, this is new. Oh yeah, that's it. You really know your job. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. This bellboy. He wasn't an ordinary one, was he? So I had to go back and press again based on the information I already had. Okay. That was interesting. I wouldn't know if I would have figured that out. That was completely random. Perhaps we should let the witness tell us. Very well. Mr. Powers, please amend your testimony. You mean about the bellboy, right? Alright. Matt gave the bellboy a tip. Let's press him on that. Here we go. So now we're making some progress. So the bellboy... So he gave the bellboy a tip. What's so strange about that? Well, you see, Matt's not a poor penny pincher like me. I was trying to figure out how much it was because the tip really shocked me. How much it was. But that's when something even more surprising happened. The bellboy was putting the tip he got in his pocket. And that's when I got my first look at the guy's face. I was really shocked. I'm afraid I don't follow at all. It sounds like Mr. Powers was surprised twice by this event. I wonder which of his shocking moments I should ask about. It's got to be the face. He probably saw the stitched up face, and it probably really threw him off. We've met the bellboy before and saw a stitched up face too, but we don't remember that because it's like a one-time encounter. What was so shocking about the bellboy's face, Mr. Powers? Well, he wasn't exactly a boy. More like an old gramps. I hope you know that discrimination towards old men is a no-no in my court. No, that's not what I meant at all. In the smack middle of the guy's face, there was a line of stitches. A line of stitches. Yeah. And it went straight from the tippy top of his head to the bottom of his chin. Almost like if the thread snapped, all the stuff in his head would come spilling out. Oh shit, he remembers now. He was there at on guard's house. There you go, Phoenix. You finally figured it out, buddy. He was there at on guard's house. He was the butler. What is it, Mr. Wright? Nothing, Your Honor. So that means on guard was talking with the killer then. If that fact were to be exposed, on guard would be declared guilty in a blink. Phoenix, you have to play dumb here. Pretend you don't know anything. Yes, Chief. You don't have anything you would like to say, Mr. Wright? Huh? What did you just say, Your Honor? Nothing, Mr. Wright. Nothing. We're just going around and around in circles. Now then, Mr. Powers, please continue with your testimony. I ushered them for a while. Okay. Alright, let's press them again on the tip. That's not really weird that he got a tip, right? We saw the stitched up face, but now I want to know how much money he gave him. That's going to kind of come into play later, knowing that he has a lot of money. Because we're going to be able to talk about how he bought the stuffed animal that cost so much. The defendant is a huge star. He can afford to give generous tips, wouldn't you agree? Yeah, sure. But giving him that much was maybe a little too much, I think. A little too much? Would you please clarify for the court? About how much did you say the defendant gave the bellboy? Honestly, I don't know. I can't even begin to guess. And why is that? Because he gave the bellboy a really, really fat roll of cash. A roll of cash? And he was definitely paying off an assassin. Oh, how interesting. That certainly is a very generous tip, wasn't it? A very fat roll of cash that can hardly be called a tip, Your Honor. The judge is beginning to look awfully suspicious of us. The defendant is a superstar. That kind of tip is typically fair for people like him. Or is it typical fare for people like him? Are you saying that all superstars are super spenders? If I could receive large rolls of cash by simply bringing people things on trays, then why on earth would I stand around here prosecuting? He's got a point. I don't even get paid, let alone rolls of cash, for all my hard work. So supposing that roll of cash was not a tip, then what was it? Payment, Your Honor. Payment. Isn't it obvious for the murder of Juan Corda? Then the bellboy, the witness saw. Yes, he was the assassin. Hold your horses now, Mr. Edgeworth. You don't have any proof of this, do you? Have ever been unprepared to support my claims, Your Honor? I have here the card Shelley the Killer left at the scene of the crime. Shelley the Killer? He is the person the police's special investigations team has been chasing for ages. I am certain that the person the witness saw was this very assassin, Shelley the Killer. Really? What's wrong, Mr. Powers? Oh, nothing. Something just clicked in my head and I think I just figured out something. Figured something out. Oh? Actually, I saw that bellboy again later on that night. What? Yeah, because he came back and gave us the walkie-talkie. Mr. Powers, please testify. Tell us what you saw. Yes, sir. Right away. The second time. Okay. This time, I was in that hallway because I had to go to the bathroom. And that's when the bellboy I saw earlier come out of that room. Of course, when I say room, I mean Juan Corda's room. Now that I think about it, that bellboy did seem kind of out of place. Yeah, so he had to be the assassin. I'm sure of it. I mean, thank you very much. That is all we need for now. I mean, what? Huh? But I'm not done. There's still more. Let us first establish that the bellboy was truly Mr. the Killer, then we shall see. So the bellboy came out of the victim's room. And if that bellboy really was the assassin, then I think the answer is fairly obvious. That would be correct, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, I believe it's your turn to entertain and make us laugh. This is not a laughing matter. The second time, cross-examination. This time I was in that hallway because I had to go to the bathroom. And what time was that? Well, I don't remember. The award ceremony ended around 8 p.m., right? And I went to the match room pretty soon after that. And then I came back. And then I went to the bathroom. So I guess maybe it was around 10 p.m. by that time. You're not one for details, are you, Mr. Powers? Sorry. I thought I could maybe catch Matt and say my congrats. And that's when the bellboy I saw earlier came out of the room. Are you sure it was the same bellboy? Yeah. And how could you tell? All the bellboys wear the same uniform after all. But you see, well, he had those stitches in his face. Yeah, he stood out like a sore thumb. So I'm sure it's the same guy that was talking with Matt. So which room did the bellboy come out of? Of course, when I say room, I mean Hongorda's room. It's a fun voice. The victim's room, huh? Yeah, the one with all the really pretty flowers and teddy bears. It was Juan's room, all right. Words cannot describe how screwed I am. Let's continue with the testimony, shall we? Now that I think about it, the bellboy did seem kind of out of place. So what exactly was so out of place about him? Right. Why the insipid grin? Maybe because I have no idea what damaging thing he's going to say next. Well, the bellboy was empty-handed. Empty-handed? The bellboy was one of those room service people, right? But he wasn't pushing a cart, and he wasn't holding a tray either. You'd call that a little strange, too, wouldn't you? I agree. It is a bit strange, Mr. Powers. But is it really that unusual for a bellboy to be empty-handed? What should I do? Should I let Mr. Powers' testimony slide, or... No. There is nothing strange or unusual about an empty-handed bellboy. But there really is. There really isn't. If you two are done being school children, bellboys are for room service. There is no reason for them to be empty-handed ever. Your Honor, I ask that the witness' previous statement be supplanted with this new one. Edgeworth, are you going to do whatever you can to make the bellboy look suspicious? I see. Very well, the courtroom recognizes and grants the prosecution's request. Mr. Powers, if you could amend your testimony, please. Yes, sir. So what's it say now? I thought it was kind of strange for the bellboy to come out of the guest room empty-handed. Okay. So you're saying that it's suspicious for him to be empty-handed? Yeah, really suspicious. I mean, when I first saw the bellboy, he was holding a tray in his hand. And there was a bottle of juice and a wine glass. Ah, okay. So we're going to have to use the empty wine glass and say that he came in there to put the wine glass for Mr. Accorda to drink. That's going to be our excuse. Even though we know that Adrian is the one who poured that drink. Juice. What kind of juice was it? I'm pretty sure it was tomato juice. If we could come up with some sort of reason as to why he would come out empty-handed, some sort of proof, that I think we can dodge the bullet on this one for now. Proof, huh? Sounds like another job for the court record. Yeah, so it had to be the assassin, I'm sure of it. Let's press him on this. How can you be so sure? Please don't be so quick to judge. But it's kind of a Powers family thing. Think of every person as a thief. What the fuck? What shit is that? Well, I guess a thief and an assassin are both sneaky and silent. That's not the point, Phoenix. In any case, if that bellboy was the assassin, it would be very bad for us. But He really is the assassin, you know? Yes, but you can't give in yet. If you want to prolong this trial for as long as possible, you're going to have to pull some cheap tricks on this one. So it's the fourth statement, and we got to present the wine glass, I think. That's what makes the most sense based on all the hints they gave us. Let's go. I'll go ahead and save my progress. What we have so far. Haven't done that yet. Mr. Powers? Yes? You're easily influenced by other people's words, aren't you? As soon as you heard that the bellboy might have been the killer, you got caught up in believing it must be true. But, isn't he really suspicious? He's got all those stitches and... So, a baseball has stitches. Are you saying all baseballs are suspicious because they have stitches? Well, there's also, what about him being empty-handed? I would like to ask the court to please take a look here. This is the crime scene. There's a wine glass sitting next to Mr. Corrider's body. The liquid inside this glass is tomato juice. And now, if you would look at this on top of the table in the lower right corner, anyone can clearly see that it is a tray with a bottle of tomato juice on it. True, there is that. The bellboy had just brought this to Mr. Corrider's room. He left the tray in the room, which is why he was empty-handed when he left. What? That would mean that the bellboy had seen and left the dead body in the room. But can you prove that Mr. Corrider was already dead at that time? Mr. Edgeworth, yes. I blame you for leading me down this route. I'm terribly sorry. What is with him? Why is he laughing? Witness, isn't there one more thing you would like to share with us? Is there? The bellboy was empty-handed, or should I say empty-handed. I recall you had something interesting to say about his hands. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Huh? What? That bellboy. He was wearing gloves. Gloves. Yeah. Pitch black leather ones. All the other bellboys don't wear gloves like that, right? Black leather gloves. Why didn't you mention this earlier? Sorry, it slipped my mind. Boy, does this make the bellboy look really suspicious. Alright, gotta focus. I can't get lax here. So what if he had gloves? A lot of bellboys wear gloves. Come on, Mr. Wright. The bellboy was wearing black leather ones. So, a football is made of leather. Are you saying all footballs are suspicious because they are made of leather? But that man, he received a large roll of cash from the defendant, and then he was seen leaving the crime scene wearing black leather gloves. I don't think that even someone like myself can believe he was just another bellboy. It seems that we have finally come to an understanding. Now then, witness, please continue with the rest of your testimony. Rest? Oh yes, please tell us more. Okay. The second means this is part 2, the part that he cut out. Okay. After leaving Juan's room, the bellboy went and knocked on Matt's door, just like that. He gave something to the person inside the room. Then the old guy just left without even going into the room. After that, I went to the bathroom and then back to my seat. So the bellboy, after leaving the crime scene, next went to the defendant's room. Yeah, I kind of saw all that by accident. Some accident, I say you saw too much. and all of it was suspicious to high heaven. I think it's safe to say that we can no longer consider this bellboy to be normal. Now then, let's get started, shall we, Mr. Wright? Your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. Okay. I feel like we got this in the bag. It's probably just going to be us just pressing him, right? And then maybe they'll give us a hint about something. I mean, one thing I did notice is that he said someone instead of saying who he, like, was talking to. But we'll see. After leaving Juan's room, the bellboy went and knocked on Matt's door just like that. Okay. Is that what you saw while you were busy spying? Excuse me? I may be poor, underpaid action star, but even I wouldn't stoop to spying. Well, I think the point is where did you watch all this, Mr. Powers? Oh, from the door of the bathroom with my left eye, in a sort of sneaky, spy-like. I knew he was spying. Please, does it really matter if he was doing it over or underhandedly? What did the bellboy do next? That's all I care to know. He gave something to the person inside the room. Okay. I said hold it. Okay. That's better. What kind of statement is that? Please elaborate and give us a few more details. Oh, okay. I should probably ask him one question at a time. Alright, what the hell is something? He gave something to this person. Yeah. And what was this something? If I remember what it was, I wouldn't be calling it something, would I? But this implies that something was removed from the scene of the crime. Are you sure you can't remember, Mr. Powers? I think it was something kind of small. This is an incredibly crucial piece of information. Please try to remember what it was. I'll try. In the meantime, let's talk of another point, namely, what the bellboy did next. Oh, so after he gave the person inside the room the thing, then the old guy just left without going into the room. Okay. Where did the bellboy go after he left Mr. Ungar's room? He opened the door to the Viola Hall, and went there. And who knows after that, right? I do. That's when he gave him the walkie-talkie. I think. I don't know. After that, I went to the bathroom, and then back to my seat. Okay. Did you see anything strange, suspicious, or just out of the ordinary at that time? Oh yeah, I saw one more thing. What? I saw something else? There was this jittery alien with a ray gun. Oh, he saw Wendy. Okay. It was watching Juan's door. Like some sort of stalker. I think we can forget about the alien. Well, Mr. Powers' testimony just now has gave us stop. Well, Mr. Powers' testimony just now was just as vague as his first. It's a little troublesome, isn't it? But I'm sure if you press him enough, everything will become clear. Although, that just makes it harder on us, doesn't it? Talk about a lose-lose situation. So there was a statement that we pressed. I think it was the second statement. And he had some options we could explore when we pressed them. So wait till those options come up again. So who took this something the bellboy handed off? Good point. Actually, I don't know. What do you mean? I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm. Only an arm. And you're saying you didn't see the person's face? Yeah. I'll just summarize the testimony up to this point, if you don't mind. The bellboy left the crime scene. He immediately went to the defendant's room. There he handed a small item of some sort to the person inside. As the person who received the item, all you could see was the person's arm. Yes, yes, it was just like that. Mr. Edgeworth, is all this really that important? Of course, Your Honor. I think this is the utmost importance. This is of the utmost importance. This is when whatever was removed from the crime scene was handed over to the client. Mr. Powers, please try to remember what it was the bellboy handed off. Well, let's see. I think it was... No. If you remember, please add it to your testimony. Yes, sir. If I saw it again, I could say for sure. But I think it was some sort of wooden statue. Oh! That's why we have a bear. It's a bear from, it's got to be the bear right here. Because why would Matt have this? This is like really weird. This seems like it's more Juan's thing. So it's got to be the bear. That's why he wants us to present this. Okay. Hopefully that works. Let me go ahead and save. I'm not even sure. But we did make a lot of progress too. It's the last thing too. Let's go. What was the point of that pregnant pause? Where did that objection come from? Well, speak up. It was me, Your Honor. What is it, Phoenix? I have a feeling that something bad is going to happen once I show this. Mr. Wright, if you have something to say, please spit it out. Yes, Your Honor. Okay, Phoenix, deep breath. Mr. Powers, the something you saw, was it this item? Oh, hey! That's it. That's the something. Wow, Mr. Wright, you really figured it out. I recall we found this in Mountain Guard's mansion. At the defendant's house? What does this mean? It's simple, Your Honor. The killer assassinated Juan Corda in his room, and then he stole the wooden bear from the scene of the crime. Did the bear, being found at Mr. Ungard's mansion would mean... It goes without saying, Your Honor, Mr. Matt Ungard is the killer's client. Order, order, order. I said order. Mr. Wright, this is the most unfortunate turn of events for you. Yeah. Sorry, Mia. No, it's alright. Your judgment was sound. Actually, I figured the bear would come up. If not now, then it would have later on. Even if you hadn't shown it to the court, I'm sure your friend Edgeworth would have. I almost forgot that he knew about it too. I think it's clear that there is no need for us to continue this trial. Can't let this happen. I have to do something. It has to be something we've overlooked. Your Honor, a minute, please. Yes, Mr. Wright. There are still a few points left that we have not fully explored. What are you trying to pull? Oh, hold on. You're not gonna catch me slipping. There we go. Well, we can't have that. All right, Mr. Wright. We'll go to no point. Would you like to further explore? Well, Power's testimony kind of... We don't know who received the bear. Because I think we're clear on his testimony. We don't know who received the bear, though, because he said he didn't see who it was. And we could talk about the bear itself, but I don't think there was anything special about that bear. There was special about the bear that's inside of Juan's room, the big one. So it has to be this. I hope. There was one thing in Mr. Power's testimony that was very unclear, and that is the identity of the person who received the bear. He gave something to the person inside the room. I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's orb. As long as we don't know who it was that took the bear, we can't be sure of. Oh! Where is it, Mr. Powers? You have. If you're going to scream like that, then at least give us a good reason why. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Actually, so I remembered. I remembered who took the bear. What? Really? I mean, I only saw his arm. But the arm. It was the Nickel Samurai's home, I swear it. You've got to be kidding. Are you sure about that, Mr. Powers? Yeah, I'm sure it was the Nickel Samurai. Now, we know that Adrian was in the costume and was in the room at one point. So, we're going to have to say it was Adrian who was in the costume that got the bear. Order, order. Looks like you've dug your own grave yet again. How many times is that today? I've lost count. So the person who took this little bear was the Nickel Samurai. And all we know, as we all know, Matt Guard is the Nickel Samurai. Thanks to the defense, we've made that all clearer. What am I supposed to do now? Mia, help. You don't have time to act lost. You've got to find another angle to attack from. Hurry. Now, I will bring this cross-examination to... Your Honor. Again, Mr. Wright. We've already removed any of all questionable areas of this testimony. It's about time you were removed from this court, Mr. Wright. I have to find something. Even one more little point will do. There are still questions left unanswered. What are you trying to pull? Oh, hold on. Here we go. Okay. Well, we can have that. All right, Mr. Wright. What questionable point would you like to explore further? All right. I think we can still say the person who received the bear because we know the agent was in the costume. But we already did that, so I feel like it would just, they think it's already clear, so that would be kind of pointless. We already went through Power's testimony again. I'm going to say the bear itself. I mean, it was another option, so... Okay, we're good. I think it's fairly obvious that the bear itself is very questionable. The bear, Mr. Wright. This was found at Mr. Ungard's mansion. However, Mr. Ungard was arrested at the hotel that night, which means that since the murder occurred, he has not had a chance to go home. Ooh, good point. Oh. I think Your Honor has already figured out what I'm trying to say. It's not possible that it was Mr. Ungard who took the bear to his mansion. Exactly, because he was in jail. How could he take the bear back home? That's a great point. That's a really good point. Why? That is very true. We didn't consider that point, Mr. Wright. There was no way, time-wise, for the defendant to have taken this bear home. Disaster. You haven't gotten the best of me yet, Mr. Wright. Huh? I remember it clear as day. I remember what you muttered to yourself at Ungard's mansion. We have this area completely surrounded. There is no way for him to escape. I can't believe it. That butler, all this time, he was the killer. The killer and Ungard were working together, so to speak, and the killer was hiding at Ungard's mansion as its butler. Ooh, what a bold move. The bear figurine was brought back to Ungard's mansion by the killer himself. Then it looked like he was about to be arrested. Ungard had him do so. I assume because it would have been bad had the police found it during their investigation. Oh, Miss Wright, you've been quiet for a while now. This is too much. Isn't there anything I can attack at all? I think we've heard enough. We know why the bear figurine was at the defendant's mansion, as well as who it was that received the bear from the assassin in his room. Everything has become very clear. The client who hired the assassin to commit the murder was Mr. Matt Ungard. I see no reason for this trial to continue. Therefore, I will now hand down my verdict. Thank you, Your Honor, your understanding. You see, Mr. Wright, you could not win against the truth, could you? I knew it would turn out this way. After all, what Edgeworth has stated is the truth. Any objections, Mr. Wright? Well, do I? What should I do? Gotta raise an objection. There's only one way for me to drag this trial out. He's got to bring up Adrian. The only thing I have left is a dirty trick. Your Honor, right now we have 2 reasons to believe that my client is the assassin's client. Reason number 1, he accepted the bear figurine from the assassin. Reason number 2, that very same figurine was found at Ungard's mansion. Okay, I see what he's going to do. So we're going to present Adrian because Adrian had already tried to frame Matt in the first place, and she was inside the samurai costume. So why wouldn't she, and she's the manager, so maybe she has access to his mansion, and why wouldn't she try to frame him further by bringing the figurine that was at the crime scene back to his house? However, it's possible this is all the work of a certain other person. What are you saying? What I'm saying is, it's possible a different person is the killer's real client. Ooh, spooky. The real client. Yes. Statistics. Is that all you have? Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your theory. Who do you say is the killer's real client and therefore the real murderer? I didn't save, but I mean, it's got to be her, right? She's already tried to frame him before. Let's go. Adrian Andrews. Yes, we already know that she tried to frame Matt Ungard for the crime by wearing a spare Nickel Samurai costume. Oh, then the Nickel Samurai's arm that I saw. That could have very well been Miss Andrews. True. But what about Mr. Ungard? If you would please recall yesterday's testimony, the defendant was taking a nap during the break period. That's right. Then finding this figure in Mr. Ungard's mansion, it was a well-laid trap set by Miss Andrews. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion on this? I can't even begin to count the flaws in the defense's logic, besides which there is no evidence to support it. However, I can't fully discount its possibility either. What is with this trial? Come on, anyone can tell Ungard did it. I can't believe this defense would go so far to pin this guilt on someone else. Yeah, unbelievable. It's not... This is to save Maya. This is to save Maya. Even if the whole world turns against me, this is one fight I can't give up on. Order, order, order. All disruptive parties will be forced to leave the courtroom. Your Honor, for the benefit of the defense, I'm willing to play along with his what-if game. His what-if game, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution is prepared to challenge the defense's theory. Okay. Go ahead and save again. Probably gonna have to present something else, I guess. I got a message from someone watching the stream. Hold up. Oh, nice. I tried all franchise and Phoenix Wright on DS and some on Citra. They are that good. Keep up the good work on streaming them. Appreciate you. Oh, this is a new person. Dark Knight. Okay, I wasn't expecting anyone else new to comment. Welcome to the stream. I think you're new. Your name kind of looks familiar, but I mean, of course Dark Knight looks familiar if I like Batman, so. Mr. Wright, even you must have thought it was strange and wondered, why would the criminal want this little wooden bear? That's a good point. Why would he bring back an item that would definitely pin him to the crime scene? That's like really, really dumb, right? He's right. The killer did the killer did specially bring that bear to on guard right away. Why do you ask? Is there something special about it? Absolutely. And I'm sure that once the court sees or knows its significance, the true killer's identity will become crystal clear. Your Honor, the prosecution calls upon a witness who will clear all doubts against Miss Andrews. Who would that be? It's quite simple, Your Honor. Miss Adrian Andrews herself. I see. Well, then the court will take a short 10-minute recess. The prosecution will prepare its witness at that time. Yes, Your Honor. All right, we got a recess now. But it's not over, though. March 23rd, 11:54 p.m., District Courtroom, defendant lobby number 3. So that was almost 2 hours in game, 2 hours. So we definitely made a lot of progress right there in holding it down. But now we got to deal with Adrian, who I know isn't going to give us a chance on this one. She's probably going to be pissed that we're trying to pin this on her again. Oh, I knew it was a good idea to hold you hostage. Don't you agree, Mr. Lawyer? But I never thought, in your desperation, you'd try to pin the guilt on Adrian. I swear this demon will pay. Mr. Nick. Pearls? Where's Mia? I don't know. A really strong power suddenly called her away. A really strong power. That must be Maya. Oh, Mr. Nick, your phone is... It's from Gumshoe. How's it going? Have you been hanging in there, pal? Yeah, sort of. We just barely found something to latch onto. Phew, that's good, pal. And what about you? Anything yet? Have you figured out where the killer and Maya are? We still don't have any leads, but what? We don't have any more time. If we just had one, even a single clue a single clue would be very helpful. I could present something to him. I was only able to come to this far because I kept thinking to myself, I gotta keep the trial going until Maya's been rescued. But have I just run out of luck this time? Is all our hope for naught? A tent. Huh? A tent. I could see a circus tent. Yeah. Looks like Maya was unconscious until just a few minutes ago. As soon as she woke up, she called for me. So it was Maya that called you away. She's locked in a dusty little room right now. But I could see a circus tent outside the window from 300 feet away. Gumshoe, is there a circus in town right now? There's only one, pal. The very big circus. Let's go. I hope get the ventriloquist, get Trello, get the freaking tiger, get you know who would really help us out, get Money, because he steals shiny stuff, right? He probably steal the killer's glasses. I mean Penny might help us out, I don't know. Not Penny, I forgot her name. Her name's not Penny, I forgot what her name was. But get the whole cast and crew together, we'll get it done. I'm pretty sure Mo can handle business. Maya is somewhere within a 300-foot radius of the main tent. What? Hold on a sec, pal. Hey, draw a circle around the map. About 300 feet radius from the main tent. Hurry. And? I could see a mailbox under the window just outside. Gumshoe, there's also a mailbox. Okay, what else? What else, Mia? I'm sorry, but it was a very small window. I couldn't see anything else. Okay, that's pretty cool. They're really using these psychic powers, like maximizing everything. It's kind of cool how this is working out. It felt like I was in a old office building, maybe the 3rd floor or so. You heard her? I heard her. Oh, relax. I heard her. An old office building. Good stuff, pal. Okay, just hang in there. Just a little longer, pal. Wish us luck. Good luck. I'll call you later, so don't let your battery die, okay, pal? Do you have your charger, buddy? Because, like, my shit died quick. My phone can die right now, actually. My phone is on 15%. Yeah. Why is that hurt, right? It's a pretty bad state, Phoenix. It's been being starved. Gumshoe, please hurry. Looks like we're out of time. You alright, Phoenix? It's only a matter of time before Maya's rescued. I can do this. I just have to make this trial last a little longer. So now I think all the voices are pretty much regular. I think Adrian's just sound like a little softer. That's about it. I'll get some more water. Court will now reconvene. The killer, the man who murdered the victim, handed this to his client. From this, one obvious question arises: why this particular item? I believe the answer to that question will provide us with the name of the real culprit. Now then, the prosecution calls the defendant's manager, Adrian Andrews, to the stand. Currently, the witness is accused of tampering and obstruction of justice. However, you have been called to the witness stand today to ascertain who exactly is guilty of murder. I understand. Very good. Now, have you ever seen this bear before, Miss Andrews? Of course I have. Yeah, I've seen this before? Seen it before? That's right. It's only natural that this witness has. Miss Andrews, could you please enlighten us, or enlighten the court, to this bear's secrets? All right. Why? Why does she? She seems very locked in and not angry at all. Like, is she attached to Edgeworth now? Actually, this is an elaborate puzzle. If you know the correct order, it can be taken apart one piece at a time. At its center is a small cavity with just enough room to store a small item. Because of its complexity, if you don't know the order, you can't open the bear. You really can't tell that it's a small jewelry box just by looking at it. It's a jewelry box? What the fuck? So this figurine, it's a container of sorts, is it? Yes. Looks can be deceiving, wouldn't you agree? Yes, this is superb craftsmanship. Oh, yes, I nearly forgot. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Hi, Levi. The door is open. I mean, you can walk in. You're not blocked out. See? You can come in here if you want. You coming in here? Come here. Hi. Being nosy? You can lay down in here. If you bark at me, I'm gonna kick you out, so don't bark at me. Don't do it. Alright. Looks like there really was something to bear after all. Go, Amia. Alright, so we're gonna cross-examine about the bear figurine. Actually, this is an elaborate puzzle. Okay, so I think we gotta press on everything. Whoa, wait a minute. Alright, hold on. I'll read this afterwards. What is happening? Alright, go back to the beginning. I want to press them in order to make sure I get the context, the proper context for everything. Okay, here we go. A puzzle. That's right. But it looks like an ordinary figurine. True enough. To people who don't know, I'm sure they would never guess this was a puzzle. This is kind of like a reminder of what happened earlier, where there was a statue that was actually a clock. The Thinker statue in the previous game. I wonder if they did that on purpose to kind of do like a little callback, you know, like iconography, like animes like doing that type of stuff, or I guess any type of storytelling media like to do that. So what kind of puzzle is this exactly? Okay, there wasn't really much there. Okay. My dog just wants me to get up and follow him, so I'm gonna follow him for a second and come right back. He's gonna bark if I don't. All right, we're good now. So you can take it apart, and how long, or how would one go about doing that? Okay. Well, you first turn its tail to the right and then push it in. Oh, yes, I see. After that, the arm and legs are free to move and can be removed. Oh, this is most interesting. A boy and his new toy, it's like he's 5 all over again. Did he do it? Oh, don't mind me. Go ahead and carry on. I think he's lost it. So what do you find after you take the puzzle apart? At its center is a very small cavity with just enough room to store a small item. And how do you know about this? I know because I was the one who bought it. Huh? It was a souvenir from a friend and I, or when a friend and I went to Switzerland. Then this is a present from you. That's right. It was a puzzle in the shape of a bear, so I thought it would be perfect for Juan. So it was a present from Miss Andrews. Witness, let's continue with your testimony. Because of its complexity, if you don't know the order, you can't open the bear. So who exactly knew how to solve this puzzle? Only the two of us, Juan and myself. It was a souvenir from Switzerland. So I doubt there was that many people with this same bear in this country. But this looks like it could be easily broken, especially if someone wanted to get what was inside. Well, it's a toy. But it can never be the same again once it's broken. You really can't tell that it's a small jewelry box just by looking at it. Who else knows that this bear is actually a small container or a jewelry box? I never told anyone. And as long as Juan never told anyone either, then only the two of us knew. Only the two of you, huh? It's possible that while he was getting killed by the assassin, he gave away he's like, hey, there's money in the toy. All you have to do is do blah, blah, blah. And then he might have taken it because there's money inside of it. Trying to negotiate not being killed. I could see that. Then of course that means Mr. Nagar didn't know, right? I think this is about all I'm going to get for now. figurine, a wooden puzzle with a hollow inside. Only Cord and Andrews knew how to open it. So they updated a new item. So what does this do for you, Edgeworth? Well, Mr. Wright, I think even you have come to realize that there is one very important fact we have uncovered, and that is this. This bear is actually a jewelry box. From now that we have agreed to this point, there's only one logical question that can come next, and that is, what is inside this box? What's inside? That's right. That's what we are going to find out next, witness. Yes? You're the only one who can open this. Please. Open it. Yeah. Why wouldn't you? There's a painful silence hanging over the courtroom. All eyes are on Miss Andrews now. I've opened it. Is this what you wanted? What's that? It looks like a note. I don't think we need to guess what that is, do we, Mr. Wright? It's the suicide note. We found it. I want to read it. That's fucked up. It's a suicide note. Suicide note left by Juan Corda's former manager, Celeste Impacts. Until now, no one knew of its whereabouts, but just as we suspected, it was hidden. Hidden by the victim, Juan Corda. It seems Celeste Impacts was very beautiful, had very beautiful handwriting. And she was just as beautifully signed, she just as beautifully signed her own name on this document. This is most definitely the note she left the night before she committed suicide. Order! Witness, did you know about this? Yes, I did. I heard all about it from Juan. When I discovered his body, I looked for the bear. I wanted to destroy the note before it became public. But I couldn't find it anywhere, because it had already been taken by the killer. Everything is going at Mr. Edgeworth's pace. So now that the suicide note has been found, what's the next logical question? What is written on the note? That's right. At least that's what I would think. Now, then I believe it's only appropriate the contents of the note be known. I can't stop you, can I? I went through so much just to get my hands on it, and I was going to burn it for her sake. I'm deeply sorry, but I can't allow you to persuade me to stop. Your Honor, if you could please read the contents of the note aloud. Very well. I'm going to read it in my voice for the note. The judge's voice rang out loud and clear in the deathly silent courtroom. Aaron no suspects left to us a record of all that happened to her. About being used and then thrown away by Ungard. About being engaged to Corda and Ungard's role in destroying that. And about how she decided in her despair to end it all. Okay. And that's all Miss Impact had to say. There's one thing I would like to see. The prosecution has no interest in slandering Mr. Ungard. What? Our intention, Your Honor, is to establish a motive for murder. Isn't that correct, witness? Yes. On the night of the murder, Juan was going to make the contents of the note public. After all, after the post-ceremony show, he was going to hold a press conference. My word. Vanguard values, above all else, is refreshing like a spring breeze image. Which is why he had to stop this note from being made public. At any cost. Celeste's suicide note found inside the figurine, it tells of Vanguard's horrible deeds. It's Vanguard's fault the woman killed herself. And this time he went out of his way as far to kill someone, stop them from revealing that. How terrible. What a selfless person. I guess there's a slimeball of lawyers out there who will defend these creeps too. There's no room for doubt here. Mr. J. Killer's client's goal was to obtain the suicide note, and the only person who needed that note that badly is the defendant. Let's not forget that the bear with the note inside was found at the defendant's house. It seems that we have come to the truth at last. The defendant's motives were entirely selfish. He deserves no sympathy from anyone. How am I supposed to escape from this one? But why the hesitation, Phoenix? Gumshoe hasn't called yet, so you know what you must do. I know I have to carry on and buy him some more time. Okay. There are two deadly pieces of evidence, the figurine and the suicide note. Maybe somehow I can find a way out of this situation through one of those. Galva's already in the judge's hand. Phoenix, hurry. The suicide note or the figurine? Which one of these do I pursue? Well, shit, I don't know. I guess it's gonna be the note then, right? I mean, that's all. We already know what's inside the figurine. Please wait, Your Honor. Oh man, look at that lawyer. He's still going for it. It's like he doesn't care that he's trying to get the killer off the hook. I think Your Honor believes that Mountain Guard killed in order to obtain this note. Yes, that is correct. But that seems a little strange. In fact, I think there is a contradiction here. This note was hidden by Mr. Corda until the night of the murder. If that is the case, I say that Mountain Guard could not have known that or what was written on this note. True. How the hell could he know what was on the note, ever? How could he ever know that? How could he know? All he knew is that there could be a note and that it was taken. But he had no clue what was on the note. That's true. But it's kind of obvious what was on the note, right? If you knew you did something to hurt someone, and then all of a sudden they take their own life, it's kind of the writing on the wall, you know? Or you might have just been the straw that broke the camel's back. Oh, I didn't think of that way. Exactly. But I did think of it that way, and I thought it was rather strange. No one in the right mind would kill for a note without first knowing what it said. Order, order, order. Make a valid point, Mr. Wright. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion? It was just a flash, but I think I did rather well on this one. Unfortunately, I think he believes differently. I believe a show of appreciation is in order. Huh? The defense seems to be in love with wishing more despair upon itself. I would like to direct the court's attention to this. What is that? It's a very small video camera, Your Honor. This type of camera is commonly used as a means of spying. Spying? What the? I thought the spy camera was in my possession. Mountain Guard and the victim both thought of the other as their biggest rival. They even went so far as to use this type of item to find each other's weaknesses. And the victim, Juan Corda, was being spied on. His personal life was being watched by none other than Mountain Guard. So at some point he must have heard about the note. Order, order. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? You don't tell me you knew about your client's spying activities. Well, sort of. Sort of is not an acceptable answer, Mr. Wright. I see you are confused, Mr. Wright. You're probably thinking, but I have the camera that was in the stuffed bear's eye. But this camera that I have is not the same one. Last night I searched the victim's house on a hunch. Using this. She's a bug sweeper. By the way, Mr. Wright, the defendant's fingerprints were found on this camera. That guard's fingerprints were on there. Well, Phoenix, looks like those cameras were hidden all over the place, huh? What am I supposed to say to that evidence? I think this is the end. It's fairly obvious that Mr. Angard learned of the suicide note through this. He was watching the victim all along. He got me good this time. I don't have anything to counter that. No, I mean, we kind of have something to counter it because we don't know what the contents of the camera is. But, you know, it still looks pretty obvious. And obviously he did do it, but, you know, there's still room to deny it. Hey, now what's that lawyer thinking? Mommy, shh, stop. Don't look at him. The way he's sweating is just now, ew, nasty. Phoenix. Yes, Chief? Have you figured out what you're going to do next? What am I going to do next? Does running away like a frightened child work? I know it seems like Mr. Edgeworth is very close to putting the lid on this case, but in his eagerness to prove his point, he forgot one important thing. Well, what does that mean? There's a piece of evidence that he really should investigate. Something he should investigate. I really hate to see the good prosecutor get scolded for not remembering to look into the item when he had the chance. What are you talking about? Is something different about this? I can't even investigate it. Why are you speaking in riddles all of a sudden? Alright, I think it's time we finally understand everything. Well, Mr. Wright, you don't have any further objections, do you? What is this piece of evidence that Mia is talking about? Can I figure out what it is that needs to be looked at? Okay, hold on. Make sure I save. I have an objection, Your Honor. That was about the weakest objection I've ever heard, Mr. Wright. Your Honor, the defense has no intention of letting this go so easily. You're beginning to sound desperate. That's just your imagination, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth, this is not like you at all. In your eagerness to prove your point, you've forgotten one very important thing. Hey, isn't that what I just said? So you're telling me that I forgot something. You're so close, Mr. Edgeworth. But there's something you really should examine about this piece of evidence. I'm gonna guess it's the suicide note, because he's the one who brought it forth. So I'm gonna guess this is gonna be important. I'm gonna hope I'm right. It is Miss Infang's suicide note, right? Who knows? Oh shit! Oh shit! We never really knew if there was one present, and Juan could have easily wrote it himself, especially with him being close to Celeste, and then try to use it. I think that's what he's going for. I mean, sure, the suicide note was found inside this bear, but this bear was in my possession until only a few moments ago, which means the handwriting on the suicide note has yet to be analyzed. Ah. So, as to whether this pivotal piece of evidence was really written by Miss Impax or not, that has yet to be even remotely confirmed. Mr. Wright, you can't seriously, Mr. Wright, are you saying this suicide note is a fake? Miss Andrews, you were the one who tried to pin this murder on Mr. Angard. Who's to say you didn't create a fake suicide note and put it into this bear? You're the only one who could open it. How dare you? Your Honor, the defense is indiscriminately accusing the witness again. There is no evidence linking the witness to the suicide note whatsoever. But if this is a fake, then the witness is the only person who could have made it. What? Recall the witness's testimony concerning this figurine. The only person other than the victim who could solve this puzzle is the witness herself. Miss Andrews, you wrote this note, didn't you? You wrote it so you could see. You could use it to frame Matt on guard. I didn't know such thing. Right. If you're going to pronounce the suicide note a fake, then show the court some evidence to support your theory. Mr. Edgeworth, you were the one who presented this scrap of paper as evidence. That means the burden of proof lies with you, the prosecution. Gotcha! Gotcha! That's enough. Mr. Edgeworth, can you confirm the handwriting on the suicide note? It is as the defense has stated, the handwriting has yet to be analyzed. If that's the case, it seems that yet again we have reached a point where a verdict is impossible. That's impossible. This isn't good, Phoenix. The judge is going to carry this trial over one more day. I don't think mine will physically be able to make it another day. I didn't want to have to do this, but I don't have a choice. I requested both the prosecution and the defense further investigate. Handwriting analysis, my butt. That's just the lawyer. Guard is guilty. Look, any idiot can tell you that. I think we've reached the end of the line. Guilty, 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 guilty. They're probably more chanting like guilty, guilty. They're probably doing that. What is that sound? It's Gumshoe. Hello, Gumshoe. What is it with him? And what's with that sigh? Where's Mai? What happened to the killer? He got away. What? I'm sorry, pal. I really am. I don't know what to say besides I'm sorry. I wish there was some way to make it up to you. I really do. Anyway, what's going on? We found his hideout, pal. But the two of them were already gone. This is terrible. I'm going to keep looking for them, pal. Don't you worry. I just need a little more time. But don't tell me we don't, or don't tell me we don't have any more. Guilty, 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 guilty. They're losing their minds, bro. Do you hear that? They're calling for his head. Mr. Wright, I can't. For us to come this forward. Oh, what is it? We talked to Mr. Edgeworth. I can't do that. Mr. Wright, would you please get a hold of yourself? Yes, Your Honor. I was about to end today's proceedings. You may take your phone calls after. Hold on, Your Honor. Edgeworth, catch. Mr. Edgeworth, please, you gotta buy us some more time. Court is in session. I'm sorry, Your Honor. You were saying? Mr. Wright, this is a court of law. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but I'm reluctant to do this, however. I appears to have no choice but to suspend proceedings until tomorrow. This time I really can't do anything. Court is now adjourned for the day. Well, that blows. Oh, here we go. Please wait, Your Honor. Edgeworth. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? I humbly request another 30 minutes of Your Honor's time. For what purpose? We can perform the necessary tests on this piece of evidence in that time. But can you really obtain your results in 30 minutes? I believe we can, Your Honor. But wouldn't it be better if we adjourn for today and then reconvene tomorrow? 30 minutes, please, Your Honor. That's all I'm asking for. Please, Your Honor. Very well. At the prosecution's request, this court will now take a 30-minute recess. But be advised that I will not allow another recess today. I'm not sure if this is helping or hurting us. The court will now take its final recess of the day. How the fuck is this gonna work? Right. Well, what's going on with my situation? The killer. Looks like he got away again. 30 minutes. We can't find her in that time. Reports. Oh, is that Mr. Edgeworth? We don't have time to spit it out. Right. Looks like we just missed them, sir. But the killer left a few things behind by accident in his rush to get away. A few things. Can we use any of them as evidence? Oh, I thought you'd ask, pal. I got the things he left with me right now, and I'm on my way over. Really? That's odd. Any items like that are usually sent to the crime lab first. We don't have time to wait for those guys, sir. When those guys weren't looking, I swiped the stuff and ran. What? Well, I'm not a detective anymore, so I had to. I'm really sorry, sir, but I got to put the law in the hole for now. Sounds bad. I hope he doesn't get in too much trouble for this. My hunk of junk car. I'd say I'd be there in about 20 minutes, sir. Don't worry, I'll be there. Wait for me. Alright. Just get here in one piece. I'm on a mission and no one can stop me now, sir. No one. I'm pulling all the stops and running every red light. What the hell? I was left by the murderer, huh? Maybe there's something among that will be decisive enough to end this. Did he crash his car through the building? Hey, what's wrong, Detective Gumshoe? Answer me. No one can stop me. Oh. What happened? Sounded like he had an accident. I'm guessing his cell phone broke as well. What was he thinking? You gotta hurry and call for help. We have no idea where he is. His cell phone is broken and he wasn't driving in a patrol car, so no radio either. Also, if we don't get those items before they do, the police will take them of possession. No, we can't let that happen. Oh? If there is a way we can find out where he is, then we stand a chance. Oh! Francisca. Francisca has the tracking thing on him, right? Why did Gumshoe have to get into an accident? Is there any way to find out? Yeah. I'm thinking Francisca. That's right. There is a way. What? How? I'm sure we can find out where Detective Gumshoe is through this. Please tell me this is right. We don't lose lives for this. Why are you bringing up Francisca at the time? Like, oh, I see. I'll try to contact with her. The chances are slim, but she's all we have. Francisca. Does she even want to help us? Edgeworth. What is it? I don't have any rights to judge anyone ever again. I know my client is guilty, but what am I doing now? I'm pinning the guilt onto someone totally innocent and using the evidence to do so. It might be my turn to say defense attorney Phoenix Wright chooses death, right? It doesn't suit someone like you to cry useless tears. Whether you did your job well or not, that can only be seen after the verdict has been decided. The verdict? Is Prosecutor Edgeworth here? Yes, bailiff? There's a phone call for you, sir. They said it was extremely urgent. They probably finished with the handwriting analysis. I have to go take this call. In the meantime, think hard about what it is you must do. Imagine if he faked it, though. Like, if Juan faked the note, which I doubt, but if he did, damn, bro. Because I was saying in the last one, there's no heroes in this. I'll just further prove my point. I'm thinking this is the end of it, though, right here. I don't see where else it could go. It's probably the last one, which will probably be on Sunday. So, in the meantime, thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.